happily ever after.
Now read me the story about the clowns, Sweetie. You know, the ones who escaped from the clown circus a long time ago. The ones who played music and sang and laughed.
You mean this one, Beetleberry? The Legend of the Clowns Rock and Roll Revue?
Yeah, that one.
All right. In days of old, before clowns were bold, there lived in the town of Clownhunden 4 very talented clowns who loved to sing and play music. These clowns were part of the Ye Olde Traveling Clown Circus, run by Professor Clowney. They even had their own band. They called it the Clowns Rock and Roll Revue.
They did?
Uh-huh. The circus was owned by Professor Clowney, a wizened old master clown who had once seen the clowns perform and then invited them to join his circus. The clowns did, and from then on, they spent their days laughing, singing, and having fun. And every evening at 8 o'clock, they performed before huge audiences. They were the main attraction.
What kind of music did they play, Sweetie?
They played old-time rock and roll, Beetleberry, golden oldies. It was their forte.
Forte? What's forte?
It means they were very good at it. The clowns loved to play oldies music every single day, so they had lots of practice.
Oh.
Dickie Von Dickie was the leader of this group, and he played rhythm guitar. Laro LaRodeo was the cowboy clown. He played bass. Next, there was Jonathan Hotdog. He played guitar but preferred to be called Johnny. And last but not least, Little Ricky, the clown. He played drums.
Wow, what a lineup.
I'm sure. Well, one sad day, old Professor Clowney came running over to them with sad news. Lads,
I'm afraid I've bad news for you. The clones have taken over the circus. They've given me 24 hours to vacate the premises. They want me to retire. They want me out.
But who will be master of ceremonies if you're not here, Professor Clowney?
Well, they're sending one of their own, one of their top men, a very mean clone known as CL44. From what I've heard, he's going to make major changes. Oh, there'll be no more singing, no more dancing, no more laughing, and no more acting silly. And it's all about to happen willy-nilly.
Well, that's preposterous.
They mean to frighten us.
No way. That's what I say.
And that's not all, lads. There'll be no more popcorn and no more cotton candy.
Well, that's just dandy. No more cotton candy.
We won't stand for it, Professor. Will we, boys?
Well, absolutely not.
We'd rather rot.
I second the emotion.
We'll cause a commotion.
I'm afraid we have no choice, lads. If we don't do what they say, the clones have threatened to turn on their noise machines and blast our brain cells with them. Oh, it's horrible, let me tell you. A mixture of clone babble, screeching sounds, chainsaws, and barking dogs. Just terrible. No clown can stand it.
They're worse than collegiates. This is the darkest day of our lives. It's an outrage.
Preposterous.
I already said that, Johnny.
They mean to frighten us.
Well, you already said, oh, never mind.
This is no fun at all, that's for sure. Next thing you know, they'll want to impose a guitar tax on top of everything else.
Well, now that you mention it.
Oh no, Don't tell me that, Professor. Not a guitar tax as well.
I'm afraid so, Dickie. A tax every time you try to play music.
Then we've got to stop them, Professor. Yeah, we've got to stop them. We won't be able to afford to play our guitars. Not if they put a tax on them. Well, I agree. Me three.
But what can we do about it, lads? Well, you know as well as I do that ever since the clones tricked their way into our circus's board of directors, they've been busy making up more and more rules and reasons to take away our fun. Why, #1 clone has just declared himself master of ceremonies and given me his edict. I'm out and he's in. I'm sorry, lads, but I just can't fight all the clones by myself. Well, there's just too many of them.
Then we've got to come up with a plan. We can't be taking orders from a bunch of clones. They play that horrible clown music. It doesn't have any melody. We're the clowns. We love rock and roll. Well, sure, the rock and roll clowns. We love beautiful music. The clones love horrible noise. And we love laughter. The clones love crying and sadness, even badness.
You're absolutely right, lads. But it looks like time is running out. CL44 and some of the other clones are coming here at midnight to take over while everyone else is sleeping. I happened to see an email on one of the clone computers that they've set up in my office.
You mean they're so backward that they still use computers? Why, computers have been obsolete since Y2K. Well, haven't they heard of paper and pencils yet?
I doubt it, Johnny. The clones are still stuck in the old ways. They haven't evolved like the rest of us. Oh, lads, this is a dark day for all of us. Why, it's the beginning of the new clone order.
Well, we're not going to be part of any new clone order. We've got to play our rock and roll music. It's our life. It's our forte. Well, you're the leader of the band, Dickie. What's the plan? What are we gonna do? We're going to leave this clone circus and strike out on our own. We're going to play our rock and roll music and continue to clown around. Record a few more albums. Maybe even go on a European tour. Who knows?
But the clones won't let you leave, Dickie. They've got the 4 of you listed as chattel on their inventory list. Oh, yeah. They have plans to sell your band equipment for back taxes. And that's not all. They're going to send all of you to the clone school for political correctness.
Oh, no. Not the clone school for political correctness. We'll become politically correct.
Well, that's the general idea, Johnny.
Preposterous.
Why don't we try to escape, Dickie?
Yeah. Dare.
Now there's an idea.
It's a great idea, lads. But how will you manage? Well, they'll have all the exits blocked by midnight. Unless you have a national ID card or a laser implant, you won't get through.
Let me think for a minute. Say, Laro, do you still have your old horsey, Nellie the Nag? Oh, sure, Dickie. She's been out to pasture down at the circus stables, but she's still in pretty good shape. Good. Since the clones are afraid of big animals like horses and elephanties and such, I don't think they'll be going anywhere near the stables. If we can very quietly make our way down there tonight, we can escape on Nellie the Nag. We'll leave at 11 o'clock, long before CL44 and his men show up. Everyone agreed?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, dokie. All right then. Here's the plan. After tonight's show, we'll secretly pack up our musical instruments and meet down at the stables at 11 p.m. sharp. Be careful not to be seen. We up on Nellie the Nag and we're on our way. Gee, Professor, we hate to leave you.
Oh, don't worry about me, lads. I'll be okay. Heck, I'm just about ready for the old clown's home anyway, so at least the timing is right. Well, that's it, lads. Good luck. But I'll be down at the clown stables at 11 o'clock myself to bid you farewell.
That's okay, Professor. A simple goodbye is all we need. Gee, we don't want to leave the circus, but the clowns are giving us no choice. You know me, I've got to be free, and besides that, we have to follow our dreams. We'll never give up pursuing our dreams. Well, we'd better get ready for tonight's show.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our main attraction, the Clowns Rock and Roll Revue! A 1, 2, 3, 4.
We are the clowns that are gonna ride with you. We never ever have a thing to do. You know we always wanna hang around, so everybody tries to put us down. We're gonna show you a real good time. We're gonna show you all a real good time. Oh yeah. We're gonna show you a real good time. Just a real good time, yeah. You know you should be working 9 to 5. It's not enough to keep us alive. Every day we wanna stay in bed until the morning kicks us in the head. We're gonna show you a real good time. We're gonna show you all a real good time. Oh yeah. We're gonna show you a real good time. Just a real good time. We are the clowns that are gonna rock with you. We never ever have a thing to do. You know we always wanna hang around, so everybody tries to put us down. We're gonna show you a real good time. We're gonna show you all a real good time. Oh yeah. We're gonna show you a real good time. Just a real good time, yeah.
Well, lads, I'm sure sorry to see you go, but it's all for the best. I'm sure gonna miss you clowns, though.
Well, we'll miss you too, Professor. We'll miss you too.
Well, listen, I've got something to tell you. It's a secret.
A secret?
Yep. It's a secret that was given to me many years ago by an old gypsy woman. I never realized what it meant until now. It's the only possible chance you'll ever have to defeat the clones. I'm sure it'll come in handy someday.
Well, what is it, Professor? What's the secret?
All right, now listen carefully. Here it is. Music and laughter prevents a disaster.
What does it mean, Professor?
Here's how it works, lads. You take something like music. Now that's a very powerful force. It makes you feel great, right?
Well, sure, unless you're a clone. Clones hate music.
Exactly. Now, if you combine it, the music, with another powerful force, such as laughter, well, what have you got now? What have you done?
Oh, we don't know, Professor. What have we done?
What you have done? What you have done is... you have now created the most powerful force in the universe! Music and laughter prevents a disaster! Understand?
I think I get it. You combine music and laughter, and by doing that, you prevent a disaster. By Jove, I think I've got it. Well, me too. Well, I get it. I've got it.
Well, me 3. Exactly.
Me 4. Thank you very much.
Having the clones in charge of everything is a real disaster as far as I'm concerned. We've got to stop them, lads. They've taken over the circus, but we can't allow them to take over the rest of the world too. It's up to you. Music and laughter prevents a disaster, even one caused by the clones. Spread the word, lads. Play your music every day. Clown around as much as you can. If you let the clones stop you from singing, dancing, or acting silly, well, it won't be long before they're in control of everything. We can't let that happen. Best of luck to you, lads.
Goodbye, Professor Clowney.
Goodbye.
Bye, Professor. Yup.
Goodbye, lads.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yup. Goodbye, Professor
Bye.
Clowney.
Goodbye,
Professor.
lads.
Dr. Winston on Boogie, he lived a long time ago. And Dr. Winston on Boogie, I wondered where he'd go. Oh, Dr. Winston on Boogie, you must have heard of that name. Yeah, Winston on Boogie, you'll never be quite the same. He was a peaceful man, a guitar in his hand, and he always knew what to do. And when up to you. Oh, Dr. Winston, oh, boogie, wherever did you go? Oh, Winston, oh, boogie, the whole world wants to know. Dr. Winston, oh, boogie, you left us all alone. Oh, Winston, oh, boogie, it's hard being on our own. You went far away, but you didn't say what the world was coming to. Well, some men seek out fortune and fame, some men seek out truth. Well, Dr. Winston, you were a rock and roll man, and you always had an old guitar in your hand, and we always knew you were a peaceful man, but the world caught up to you. Dr. Winston, oh, boogie, please don't stay away. Dr. Winston, oh, boogie, come back again someday. He'll be back again.